So can I say this, that all these techs are as good as IITs in India?
Yes, and also we have cooperation with IITs.
You have got this, I believe, 25 million euros invested into your 3 labs, which was a very big hype in Lithuania.
35.
35
In
million.
the end, it was 35.
I did some kind of research and dig up a story, The second session is going to be on bachelor studies in Lithuania at Vilnius Tech University. A lot of parents have many questions when they talk about sending students to abroad for higher education at the bachelor's level, because kids are very young and they have concerns. And because students from India come from very conservative families, where most of the students who are coming to Lithuania or to your university, they're coming first time to abroad. How safe is going to be Lithuania for young kids? We have spoken about this, the security is no problem across Lithuania, no issues. But young kids, when they're 17 years old, they are about to be adult. How do you see these kids? How do they behave? How do they manage in the first year of the education?
I see them becoming very independent. The problem with Indian parents is that they keep the kids very dependent on them. So it is,
Which is true. Hey.
yeah, like, this is a good thing to give a kid, some independence and to take care of himself. So I see people changing a lot, in this 1 year, from kids becoming adults, responsible adults. Actually, personally, I do teach as well in the university, and I teach with second year students.
Okay.
Yeah. So when
What do you teach?
first,
What do you teach exactly?
I teach script programming. Yeah, so all second year students that are studying engineering or IT have to pass this subject as well.
Oh.
So I see the students joining the university in orientation and so on. In the first year, they are all a bit afraid, don't know what is gonna happen. They all feel, be homesick and so on. And in the second year of the classroom, I see those kids already, confident, knowing what they do. They are not afraid to ask questions. They are not afraid to participate. And actually, I would say that bachelor's degree is the right time to send your kid to study abroad, because this is where the skill set is put in. Masters is not the time to earn the skills. You know, uh, we know
It's
as
to
well.
enhance the skills.
We know in here that Indian education is a lot of theory based.
Which is
So students don't get the skills.
I completely agree. Completely. This is the biggest problem, Dole, and I think I have been very vocal about it. Sometime I also see, I land up myself into some controversial discussion as well. But I think it's my also a moral duty to tell parents that, see, not because I am representing Lithuanian universities or European universities, I genuinely feel that statement you just gave is very, very correct, that Indian education system is basically more theory based. Now, just now here, I want to mark, because a lot of parents are going to start commenting on that. We have top institutions, IITs, amazing institutions, no problem. If you can get into IIT, don't go abroad. I'm very blunt and very straightforward. I never tell my students. There's some students who come to me and say, I have applied for IITs and I'm most likely I'm going to crack it. And I tell them, do not go abroad if you get into IIT. If you do not get into IIT, or if you're not getting into DCE or top REC college, then you start thinking about quality education. And quality education in India is not affordable. It's not economical. I'll give you a small example. SRM University in Chennai, VIT Vellore. You see the tuition fee I'm going to put the tuition fee of the students on the screen for the parents to see and compare their tuition fee versus your tuition fee, and you see they don't charge peanuts. They're charging as good as the European universities. But I can confirm that students who are coming from these universities are actually getting quality education. So either you pay higher tuition fee, go to those universities, UPSC. We went to UPSC, Dehradun, me and you went there. I still remember 4 or 5 years back when we went with our mechanical faculty. There were 15 faculty members from mechanical who came for the meeting. I spoke to the students, great university, but again, great university, good university, but not very cost effective. So if I have to pay this much amount, why not then better than this? Right? So students have to understand just going to a university nearby to your home or wherever your locality or in the city, you will not get skills. You have to find the right university even in India. And if it's the right one is that much expensive, then why not go to Europe? Now your rankings in QS, I saw that you have a QS ranking from 200 to 900, depending upon the programs, depending upon the which area we're talking about. But your university is ranked 114 in Europe as a university on a QS European ranking, and number one in the Lithuania, the biggest tech university. Uh, what can a student expect more when they come to you?
It's also most international university in the Lithuania. So first of all, you can expect a diverse community, you know, uh, a very updated and with the right skill set study programs, latest software, we provide even to all the students the latest software.
Okay.
In each study program, doesn't matter what you study, you get the basics of all the IT skills, what you need. Because now without IT, any program is useless, everything is IT based or some software based, even civil engineering. We have, uh, people that are working only at the computers, that are designing constructions and so on, Also, apart from that, in the university, we also have a digital badge system, which is also created for recognizing soft skills of the students.
Okay.
So if they participate in any kind of activities in the university, guest lecturing, internships, orientations, career fairs, so
Okay.
someone, we have everywhere codes, in the university around. So if you participate, you scan the QR code, you collect the badges, but once you graduate as well, you get an additional diploma supplement, which as well recognizes the soft skills you have earned. For example, if you have participated in any entrepreneurship courses, sustainability courses, university has a lot of comprehensive activities happening. Cybersecurity or hackathons or any kind of competitions, usually you just write into your CV. But for us, we as well have how to recognize it, and we keep like an official certificate as well
Okay.
of everything you have learned in the university, not only beside the subjects, but as well how you improved yourself as a person, as a specialist, what kind of skills you have gained as soft skills, not only the
Skills.
hard skills,
Sure.
which you learn for sure. You learn you passed the exams, you did the lab works and so on, but as well you learned a lot of things in collaboration, in group activities, in project works and so on as well. This is also all recognized.
Basically, European employers need skill-based, employees.
Yes, because European employees do not train their
Employee, you
workers.
say employees
Yeah,
don't train. Yeah.
yeah, they do train on the specific uh, position that you are gonna work on and so on. What are gonna be your responsibilities and so on, but nobody gives you the skill set. You must have it when you are applying for jobs, and there are usually very specific skills written in the job ads, what we are looking for, not the degree but special skills. Yeah.
A lot of people say, I have a bachelor degree from India, I've got a 3 years experience in blah blah blah, and I'm trying to make the job application to Europe because there are so many jobs available, but they do not respond back to me. A very common statement given by most of the people working in the professionals, that I'm trying to apply jobs directly from India, but maybe not for the IT people, maybe they can get it. Uh, but I'm not getting any responses back because they want people, they don't want a language. They only want they can also have English speaking person, but they're not considering me as my amateur. So, because somewhere down the line, when I talk to universities and employers and students, one thing which come out to me is that the students or professionals in India, they're good on books. With the bachelor degree is very bookish, or very theory based.
Or they have trouble understanding what you are asking them for, what is to uh, trouble to understand how everything works. Let's say,
Well, if
yeah, if you have only if you are book smart, only if you never had an experience in the field, if you never touch, you know, the software that is coming there, if you never touched the equipment. We also have industry-based teachers that are coming in that are usually the labs are also given by the industry-based teachers or somebody that already teaches you and trains you how everything works in the industry, not according to the books, but according to how everything works in real life. Because real life is different than books, you know.
bachelor degree students' parents are very concerned about their behavior. In the last discussion, we talk about the quality education and wellness tech in Lithuania. Everything was covered there. I am sending my child to your university or to your country. I'm concerned about the accommodation because that's the second practical thing. So education, where to study is first thing. Then how? Let's come on to how. So where will my son going to live or my child or daughter going to live? Do you have a hostel and how much does it cost?
We do have accommodation on campus, double or triple rooms available. It costs from 140 to 200 euros per month, including all facilities.
So you say around about 16,000 rupees a month, which is 140 euros is 116,000 rupees per month, which include
Water, electricity, heating, internet, cleaning as well.
wow,
Yeah.
16,000 rupees is all inclusive.
Food is not included.
Of course. But do they have kitchen where they can cook the food?
Yeah, they do have the kitchens.
Okay.
Yeah, kitchens.
Do they have to pay extra for kitchen gas?
No.
Gas is very expensive.
Yeah,
I'm wondering.
everything is included. We have electric cookers. Actually, no gas in the dorms because it's a safety hazard. Yeah, so everything is electric in there. But we also have, cookers and we have ovens, for cooking as well. Fridges are there.
So I believe 16,000, which is this 140 euros, is for three people sharing the room.
Yeah, it is for triple room. And double room, it is around 200 euros.
Which is around about 23,000 rupees, which is still not bad. So let's say the what all is in this room, in this place. I mean, it's just going to be
It's fully furnished as well. We do provide bed sheets.
okay.
So students do not need to bring. So basically, everything is provided. You bring in your clothes. Yeah.
So you have a bed, you have your linen.
Yeah, linen, beddings, everything. You have including pillows and
Table to study table.
yeah, study table. So you need to bring your computer. There is also a lamp
Okay.
on the study
Wow.
table.
So everything, most of the hardware is there.
Yeah.
You just have to do soft things.
Yes.
That's okay.
Indians do bring the rice cooker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Usually electric one, they put
Yeah.
it in there.
I would say 70 to 80% of Indian students are still on Indian diet when I speak to them.
Yeah.
So it's something which is very subjective, I would say.
Yeah, we have this, and people do live as a community in the dorm, specifically with the shared kitchens and so on. I have specifically Indian community who cook together, they share the meals and so on. So it is the seniors are trying to help the young kids, with the food and with everything, how to get around, how to buy cheaper and so on. So it is very common to have this community things around.
That was what is my next question.
Yeah.
The senior to junior in India is a bit complicated sometimes in some places, we have this ragging culture, some places, I would not say every place in India. How does this senior Indian student to junior Indian student equation works at your university?
Oh, well, I would say they do get along, because the seniors, they are the ones that are providing advice, that are providing, uh, good and start advice, Indian way,
Okay.
how to buy the
What to do, what
what
to
to
do.
do, what not to do.
Okay.
As well, we see that for sure the senior students are taking on the role that India is represented well as well, so how to behave well. In Lithuania, we do not litter. For example, that is a very clean country. Let's say you will not see any trash outside, so it is as well, a cultural thing. Everyone needs to know it. You cannot litter. There are everywhere trash bins. You need to put your trash in the trash bins and so on. So all these small things, but they make you much quicker to integrate into the community, to feel much better, that you are behaving according to the customs and so on. So I would say the seniors are playing the role for sure. And then, of course, with the studies, the seniors are as well tutoring the junior ones. And we also have uh, a tutoring system in the university that the seniors can register for tutoring the
Juniors.
yeah the
Wow.
students, and they get paid something as well from the university if they participate in this program.
So if I'm a young student who just came after high school and I'm had difficulties in picking up my course, or on my subject, I can take the help. This is another way of getting the help.
Yeah. So we have a few tutoring options. So
Oh.
first of all is like student to student tutoring.
Okay.
So this one we have a system where everyone registers, the ones who want to tutor and the ones who means tutoring.
Okay.
And then they are matched in this, and we have as well for our basic subjects, for fundamental subjects like maths, physics, material science. Those are hard subjects that are fundamentals. We have as well a teacher tutoring. So additional tutoring hours, at least 2 hours per week by the professors who are giving the subject as well, if you need some additional training and trouble understanding and so on.
Class 12 kids are writing the exams right now as we speak. 2026 September intake is coming up. This is where you are offering there are a lot of colleges also. So if they have 80% marks bare minimum, they can actually apply for scholarships where they can get 50 to 100% scholarships. Is it true?
Yes, yes. So, but for sure, we do award a lot of scholarships. Around 30% of our students do study on a scholarship basis,
Okay.
either a 50% discount or a 100% discount from the tuition fee. So, if you are doing well academically, you have a right GPA, apply for a scholarship. And if you do not have any academic debts, it will continue until the end of your studies.
Okay.
So the scholarship is basically awarded for the whole 4 years of studies. But if a student gains academic debts, the scholarship is removed, and then they need to start paying the tuition fee.
Yeah. So for the audience who doesn't know academic depth, it's basically your backlog. So you have to clear your semesters by semester to keep your scholarship active for the entire duration. And once given, it's automatically carry on for the whole education.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind that you don't fake, which then makes sense as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Students who are coming at the bachelor level, because this series, this part two, we only talk about the bachelor students. They also want to work part time, which used to be more hours before. Now the new rule will be coming very soon, I would say. We can't comment exactly when, but let's say 20 hours a week. We always tell bachelor students, do not work, and I'm saying it on record, do not work beyond 20 hours because your education going to get suffer, and this is where we don't want it. We want you to focus on your education because you have the whole life to work, right? And when you're going to Lithuania, the whole purpose was to go to for a quality education at the affordable tuition fee, right? So sometimes students do, they play on this gray area.
Yeah.
I'll be very open. I won't talk on that. What is your take on this? What do you want to tell parents? How should they manage their kids about this working condition? Because when students go there, I see some students do not follow this 20 hours of routine. They go beyond on that, which is not very good.
Yeah, and I seen so many cases of failing coming back to India and so on. The point is that you are coming to Lithuania not to work. Your prime prime purposes coming
You
from
have a life to
studies.
work.
Yeah,
Right?
you
Not just to work
work
your
has
career.
we work all our lives already, and I would love to have some more university
Yeah.
studies
So-
and enjoying student life.
Sure.
You know, so you need to take the most out of what you have right now. You
Go on
know,
Erasmus.
out of your university.
Yeah.
Go for exchange. Participate in all kinds of project activities that are happening within the university. Uh, Working and earning part time is just for people who truly cannot support themselves. I would say that it is first year students, they cannot work, you know. And specifically, you start mixing your work and studies, very soon work becomes a priority because it is the one that you need to keep the schedule and so on. You want to earn more, then you like to spend the money and so on. But studies is always hard, you know, and young kids, they would always choose the easy way out, you know. So that's why we always suggest to, for the first year, for sure, keep your focus on the university already.
Totally, if I put this way, let me make it more simple for people. I want to make it very public on this thing. I think I tell people, you pay for the tuition fee for the child. Okay, he can put for his accommodation, which is 160 euro or 200 euros, and accommodation, food. If he wants to work part time, he can work part time. But pay for the full tuition fee. You're not paying for a very high tuition fee, first of all. You send a child to Mumbai or to Chennai, you pay the same price, right? Then why to ask him to work? So if he wants to work, let's say on weekend they can work and they can take care of their small, living expenses. Do you think it's the better way of doing it rather than making it more complicated? Because I am telling this thing to people, I'll be very honestly, very openly saying it, that I want people to tell their children, go, I'm going to pay your tuition fee, and if you want to work on the weekends, you work on the weekends, and then you take out your living expenses. That's fine, because that's more logical to me.
Yeah.
But do you think it's the best way to do it?
Yeah, yeah. I would say put your focus on your studies, earn the right skill set, do some part-time work, you know, on the weekends or
Experience.
yeah, on the evenings. In this way, you get to meet the community and so on. You experience different things. But focus should be studies and developing the skill sets so you get the right job after graduation. You know.
Absolutely.
But I would say our, even including our local students, so fourth year, everyone starts working professional. Nobody does deliveries in the fourth year or something like that. We have a professional internship included within the fourth year of studies in the seventh semester. Usually, students are doing the professional internship in a good company, and very often that they get offered a job or a stay back, you know, to try on for a longer period. And yes, so fourth year students usually they do professional work. If you get too much into services, deliveries, and things like that, there will be no space for you to earn the right skills that you need for your future career.
Tuition fee on your business program at Bachelor's level is how much?
It is 4,000 euros.
4,000 euro. 4,20,000 rupees you have to spend to send your child. So 4,20,000 rupees into 4 years, because it's a 4 years degree, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking about somewhere like 17 lakh rupees across the. So when I am signing up with you in the bachelor degree program, it is 4,20,000 rupees. Tomorrow, for the whole 4 years, it's going to be the same price. Am I going to pay the same tuition fee price in the whole 4 years, or if you will go charge me extra price every year?
Oh, no, it is the same fixed price as on the admission.
Okay.
But if you will be repeating the year or stay back the year, then the price will change to that year price that we will have.
Okay.
You know,
You take a break.
on the repeating, yeah. Or if you have academic debts and you need to stay back 1 year and repeat on the subjects that
Then you pay the
could
new
not
price.
pass, then you pay a new price that is active that year.
Okay, so let's suppose that after 4 years back, your tuition fee was much lower,
Yeah.
right? So the person who enrolled with you in the 4 years back at the bachelor program, he must be paying approximately
Yeah, 3,000 euros.
3,000 euros. So which is nearly 25% of bill fee. So the students who are now applying, they should know that they are paying the same price provided they finish the program.
Yeah.
Okay, great. The students who come, they also have come with, they have a lot of opportunities in Indian universities. They have, they want to do some sports, some activities. What kind of extra activities you have for student other than the education? So let's say I'm a student and I'm a bachelor degree student coming for 4 years. What all should I be, what all are you going to offer me as extra activities?
Yeah. So sports and arts, for sure, we had everything: choir, dancing, orchestra, theater studio, uh, as well as sports teams. Football, basketball, tennis, field and track. We had a gym available for students,
All this
free
include the
of
price.
charge. Yeah, everything is included.
Okay.
Also, what would be interesting for Indians, we have our multi cricket league as well,
Okay.
and already we have quite a community and our students, a lot of our students are playing as well in there, playing cricket. So it's possible for you to follow your sports even outside of India.
Okay.
Cricket in Lithuania, it's not a very popular sport. We are a country of basketball, actually, with tall people, you know. Uh, but yeah, sports is. We do say that for to keep a healthy mind, you need to keep an active lifestyle. So for sure, we do encourage people to move a lot and to do sports activities. But also we do have innovation and creativity center like the Anu Fabricas and Anu Factory.
We heard a lot about this lately. Uh, I know there's a center like this, but a lot of students are not talking about this, that they can do their projects, they can do their prototypes in this building, and actually, they have everything inside it. So, may I tell
Yes.
more about this for the audience?
Yeah, so it is basically a center full of workshops
Okay.
and full of equipment. Now, for prototyping, for video, audio production, and post production, as well as virtual reality studio, drive-in virtual reality studio. We do have. It is the biggest in the Baltics at the moment, where we do as well professional production, and our students can participate in these projects as interns, as additional help. So, for example, we have a movie production scene, and then we have our students of creative industries or entertainment producing as well, participating in a real filming of a real movie production in a virtual reality studio. Now, not only in Lithuania factory, but as well the new labs of
Labs, yeah,
automotive.
yeah.
They are amazing actually, and yeah, I would say the center of Link Manufactory is more for your small ideas, for your prototypes. If you have any kind of idea you want to realize, as well for study projects. If you need to make a prototype of anything of your project, Link Manufactory is there for you to have all the equipment, material, and as well trainers who will help you to realize your idea and to use all the.
So you make the product first, then you make a promotional video in the lab.
Yeah.
Okay, you use VR or whatever, and then you produce it as a commercial ad also. So everything done into Lickmania Fabrica only.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And
You
then
can do that for
I
sure.
still remember the same building because I think there was a Lithuanian guy who used to make business cards on the wood, using the wood, and he was because that time you just open Lickmania Fabrica, I agree. So, and when I visited many years back, and he was setting his company where he was shipping out the this wooden cards to people who used to buy from. Then his company was building into this business model that you can order the business card on the
Yeah, so Electron Fabricas also fosters startup space. So yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
that's why we've seen people who are doing all kinds of different like business wise things. So we also foster some startups and acceleration programs in
Okay.
there. So if you truly have an idea, which you think it can become a startup or a business or something like that, We have an acceleration program within the university which you can follow, in order to start up the business, and to set up everything.
Bachelor degree students, because when they come to you for their education, of course, you informed already now that you not only education, they get the practical exposure, they get the different country exposure through Erasmus exchange. They have the Liquid Fabrica, their startup culture is there. You also have a lot of activities as well. When you say students want to, when they're finishing their education, they're already 4 years done. They have a lot of knowledge, they have a lot of experience on hands. How do you help them, or university help them to find job opportunities? See, I know that you're not going to get them a job. You of course have career fairs, but as a student, can I come to your university, some department where I can get the access of those employers who hire from business tech? Is possible?
Oh yeah, we have our Mano Vilnusta. There is a system that's called My Vilnusta, where they post all the job ads and everything what we have, like including internships, and job advertising from our partner businesses. We have over 400 partner businesses overall. But as well, each department they do have, specific job offers, which where their partner businesses are contacting and sending and so on. So I would say a career office for sure is fully career related, and they do everything what you need, like mock interviews, including posting all the job ads that we get, preparing you for the interview, preparing for the CV, getting ready to represent yourself, and as well they organize the career fair in the university. But for sure, each department is usually approached by the specific business. So, for example, if you are an electrical engineer, we have our big grids, lit grid, and things like that, which are always approaching students, giving them scholarships, organizing all kinds of competitions. This way they are choosing the best workers for their businesses, and usually they do offer internships, professional internships in the fourth year, and after that, as I said previously, that most of our students do stay back in the professional internship company to continue their professional journey, at least a junior professional journey.
Before we come to the end, just the last question. How many hours a week or a day student have to go for lectures in the bachelor's? Like, it's any idea, any average number of days?
Yeah, it is usually 5 days per week, Monday to Friday, 6 to 8 hours per day. So it is a full-time work actually to be a student, because apart from going to the lectures and doing everything you need to prepare, do homeworks, do lab works, if you have not managed to do that during the time in the university and so on. So it is a full-time work to be a student, specifically in the first year and second year of studies. There are more lectures. In the third and fourth year, students do have more practicals. So then in third and fourth year, students also do have a one-off day during the week to work on the projects. So usually they do have 4 days going to the university, and one day is working separately on the projects as a group activities, or going to link menu, or prototyping, or doing something.
Thank you, Deore. Thank you so much for all this information. I think this will help a lot of students and parents to decide whether they want to go to Lithuania for their higher education or not. And this will also help students to understand where to apply and when to apply.
Yeah, so the students do not know the software, which for us, it's a default, which we think that everyone should know it and so on. They don't understand how to make some specific projects and so on. So, uh, research as well is an issue, how to conduct a proper research and so on. So I would say bachelor's is the starting point, and this is the time
to gain the right skills, not to retrain later, but to gain them, you know.
Thank you so much and namaste, Govinda. Thanks.
Namaste. Thank you.